Hey guys, I'm back. I took a week off last week because I had a lot of stuff come up that I had to take care of that I was not expecting to have to take care of. So sorry for abruptly just disappearing on you. I did not mean to do that. Hopefully my microphone is working. I had some trouble getting it up and running today, so I apologize if this video is a little quieter than the others. What I've decided, because the live read alouds of the chapter book were not really getting a lot of views, that I'm not going to take the time and energy to go live. What I will do instead, since I started this book, is I will go ahead and I will finish reading it. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read 2 chapters instead of 1. And the 2 chapters will come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays until it's done. And then we'll get back to some picture books. I was really hoping that some of my students would show up for the live videos, but I get it, it's summer, it's time for fun. So you know what? It's time for Mrs. Keller to enjoy her evenings as well. So if you want the live readings of the chapter books to come back, just leave me a comment and maybe I'll consider it. All right, so we were reading Eerie Elementary, okay? And if I remember correctly, and let me just check on this for a second. Hold on. We read chapters 1 and 2. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start on chapter 3. We'll read 3 and 4 today. And then on Thursday, you will get to hear chapters 5 and 6. All right. Chapter 3 is called Tick Tock, Tick Tock. Sam slammed his locker shut. He rushed into Miss Grinker's classroom. Miss Grinker was short and thin with frizzy gray hair. She was listing everyone's parts for Friday's class play on the board. Sam slid into his desk between Antonio and Lucy. He whispered, "Guys, the freakiest thing just happened. I got trapped in quicksand on the playground." Lucy scrunched up her forehead. Antonio scratched his chin. Then they both tried not to laugh. "If it happened to you," Sam whispered, "you wouldn't be laughing." "Sam, Lucy, Antonio," yelled Ms. Grinker. All 3 kids faced front. "Please pay attention," Ms. Grinker said. "I am still giving out the parts for Peter Pan." "I'm playing Peter Pan," Antonio whispered to Sam. He had a big smile on his face. He always did. He was the happiest kid Sam knew. "And I'm playing Wendy," Lucy whispered. "Sam Graves, you'll be playing Noodler. He is one of Captain Hook's friendly pirates," said Miss Grinker. Sam nodded, but all he could think about was the man-eating playground. As the day wound down, Sam stared out the window. An old oak tree was blowing in the breeze. It was moving strangely. Sam leaned forward on his desk. The tree looked like a giant oak hand waving at Sam. Sam shivered. Then he looked at the clock across the room. How long until this day is over? He thought. Sam could hear the clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. How can I hear the clock from all the way over here? He wondered. Then the sound of the clock changed. Sam no longer heard tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. The sound became ba-bump, ba-bump. Sam was even more confused. That doesn't sound like a normal clock. But I do know that sound. Ba-bump, 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 ba-bump. It sounded like a beating heart. Chapter 4, Something Awakens. Sam covered his ears, but he couldn't get away from the sound of the clock. Not until ring. The day was over. Sam followed the other kids into the hall. He grabbed the hall monitor sash from his stinky locker. See you tomorrow, Sam, Lucy said. She and Antonio threw their backpacks over their shoulders and ran outside. Sam sighed. He wanted to run home too. He wanted to plop down on the couch and fall asleep. Then he wanted to wake up to learn that this day had been a terrible nightmare. But instead, he had to go on hall monitor duty. Sam stood near the third grade lockers. The only thing keeping Sam awake was the cool chill across his neck. It felt like the school was breathing on him. Ooh, have you ever felt like a little breeze, or has anybody ever blown like on your neck? Ooh, and you weren't expecting it? It gives you the chills. It felt like the school was breathing on him. Sam saw that he was beneath an air vent, so that made sense at least. You know how cold Mrs. Keller likes to keep her classroom. I bet you said brr a lot. There were no teachers around, so Sam thought there'd be no harm in sitting down. He slipped into a chair just outside the principal's office. I'll only rest here for a minute. But soon, Sam's eyelids felt heavy. They were closing. Sam was falling asleep. What do you think would happen if you fell asleep outside of Mr. Hustle's office? Do you think that he would wake you up? Do you think that he would ask you why you were sleeping instead of monitoring the hall? Do you think that he would leave you there until the next school day? What do you think is going to happen to Sam? You will have to come back on Thursday to find out, because we are on chapter 5. I will give you a hint though. The chapter title is called The Skeleton. Oh my goodness. Quicksand, the beating heart of the clock, the school breathing on him, and now a skeleton? Wonder if it's really going to be a skeleton though. We'll find out on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are joining in for my videos, I really appreciate it. The reason I do this is not for me. I do it because I want to connect with you. I miss my students all summer long. It's hard for me to let go each time I have a class of amazing, wonderful students like I've had. What's the word I'm looking for? Summer brain. I've just been lucky to have such a wonderful class of students each of the years I've been at South. So if you're joining me from South, whether you have been in my class or not, just thank you. I appreciate it. And hopefully you're enjoying Eerie Elementary. And let's find out what happens to Sam in the next video. Have a great night, guys, or day if you're watching this during the day. And I will see you guys Thursday. Bye.